This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Just step out in the alley, is that it?
Big John, do you think this boy is a hustler? Sausage, rack him up.
Eddie, look, I've got troubles, and I think maybe you've got troubles. Maybe it'd be better if we just leave each other alone.
I got my things over at the hotel. I'll bring them over, lady. Come here.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, what do you want to know? And why?
You're here on a rain check, and I know it. You're hanging on by your nails. Let that glory whistle ring out loud and clear for Eddie, and you're a wreck on a railroad track. You're a horse that finished last. Now, don't make trouble, Miss Ladybug. Live and let live. While you can.
You tell your boys they better kill me, Bert. They better go all the way with me. Because if they just bust me up, put all those pieces back together again, and then so help me. So help me God, Bert. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna kill you.
Paul Newman, Tom Cruise, in a Martin Scorsese picture.
He's got the eye, he's got the stroke, he's got the fleet.
Vincent's the best.
We got a racehorse here, a thoroughbred. You make him feel good, I teach him how to run. I'm not your daddy, I'm not your boyfriend, so don't be playing games with me. I'm your partner.
I love this.
You're an incredible flake. But that's a gift.
I made money.
I lost money. Come fix him. I got half of me that says I got a hold of the best thing that I ever seen, and half of me that says it just ain't worth it.
Why'd you take a walk? $500 says you choke right now. You used me.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna leave.
This is Fast Eddie Felson. Who the hell are you?
25 years ago, I won my share of medals. But it was over for me before it really got started. I'm hungry again.
See some heavy legend action.
I want his best game.
You want my game? You couldn't deal with my game, Jack. You're outmanned.
I'm gonna beat him, you know.
What makes you so sure?
Touchstone Pictures presents.
You smell what I smell? Smoke?
Money.
The Color of Money.
We mixed, reloaded it, re-edited.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
Yeah, you know what actor we were talking about? Of course, he's worked so much with De Niro, Pesci, Leonardo DiCaprio in recent years. But the actor he worked on one movie with, who I wonder what happened, maybe it was just where Scorsese went with his movies, was Tom Cruise. So he worked with Tom Cruise in the Color of Money.
Yeah.
That one time, I liked The Color of Money. I think Tom Cruise is really good in it, but they never really worked together after.
Well,
I don't know if Tom.
It kind of got slammed. So I remember if you watch the Ebert documentary, because it talked about, like, in that movie, like Marty did, about how Siskel and Ebert, like, kind of when he was in the middle of his active addiction, when Marty was, they kind of helped bring him out. They honored him at an award show, and they developed, especially Roger, like a friendship with him. But Marty was saying how they stuck to their critic ways, even though they were friends. They kind of slammed The Color of Money, and like it was kind of like, I don't think universally slammed, but like some critics didn't like it.
Yeah.
And Siskel and Ebert both kind of slammed it, and they were like, hey, you're too good, and the actors you're working with are too good to kind of give a movie like this. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, I think Marty's his own guy, but I kind of wonder if that's why they did it, because you're right, Thomas, they are two huge
he had to
names.
work with Paul Newman, so I mean,
yeah. Which I feel like they gave. Well, I think he won Best Actor for that, right?
I think he did. Yeah.
But I feel like he should have won.
Tom Cruise is unrecognizable in that. Like, he is not playing Tom Cruise. This is when he's first, being.
Yeah, this was like before he went full Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I think probably Rain Man is when he started really going for it as Tom Cruise. But this was after what Risky Business was what he was best known for.
He needed some kind of what's the word? It's just kind of, he needs someone to kind of mentor him a bit, and I'm sure he wanted to play off, because I mean it's both its own movie as well as a sequel. I think you can make the argument that, like any neo-noir, it's just hard to make a movie about gamblers because there's a lot of it's always a slow burn. So I think
and especially a sequel like 20 plus years after the original, there's expectations that come along.
The Protégé,
sequel to The Hustler,
now The Mentor, and now he's mentoring someone else.
What was it, 23 years after The Hustler or
Had
something that
61.
this came out? So
but I think that's why I'm not as big a fan of it, for me personally, because The Hustler has like that gritty feel to it.
Yes.
And this has a very, hate to say it, but like the 80s studio feel, like, and I'm like, I wish it would have kept, you can make it modern but still keep that gritty feel to it, and it doesn't have as much of that gritty kind of feel, in my opinion, like The Hustler does.
It's a bit of both. Like, it's just like The Hustler's kind of a one-time movie you watch where you go, wow, Gleason can do drama. He's mostly a
absolutely
guy. And I think when I see The Color of Money, I was just like, I would always hear it quoted by everybody. I would have some of my minority pals is like, hey, you want to learn how to play pool table, watch The Color of Money. I would see some other pals from out of state. They're like, oh, it's one of my favorite gambling movies. And for me, it was kind of one of those, like, watch it once, appreciate the acting. The movie's kind of a slow build.
It is. It is a really slow build. I don't mind the
watchable
shift in, like, I don't mind that it's a little more polished than The Hustler. And I think like how they depicted Paul Newman's character, like it makes sense because he's at a different stage in his life.
Yes.
So it's to me, it's not going to be as like gritty and I don't know. I didn't mind that so much, but I totally get what you're saying, Deremy. I think there is a noticeable like you're really like placed in 1986 when you watch this. It is more polished. So I totally like can definitely feel that.
And I think if it was its own standalone movie, it would be better. Like for me, at least, like then like he's like a follow up for it. So it's like like that kind of. But if it was just its own movie, I think all right, I would have been fine with that.
It's like a burden of expectations.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
For sure.
And as you know better than anyone, I got some high expectations. So.
You do. Yeah. You're tough but fair. That's the thing.
I try to be.
We all try to be fair.
Try. It's hard sometimes, but I try.
I mean, Scorsese's a hard guy.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman? Hi, I'm James Gavsey, and on the Who Would Win show, me and my co-host Ray ignore anything important happening in the outside world and debate fictional battles between characters from comics, movies, and video games.
We got a new show every week, and almost always am I the winner.
Yeah, not true, Ray.
In the past, we've discussed such matches as Captain America versus Darth Vader, Solid Snake versus the Iron Giant, classic matchups like RoboCop versus Terminator, and even the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That one was crazy. So if you're a fan of geek culture and love a spirited debate, check out the Who Would Win show wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out at whowouldwinshow.com.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a